Hi guys, welcome to Talking Tiny with Tara. So in today's episode, what we're going to talk about is support. What does that actually look like? What does it actually mean when we say the word support? So there's a percentage of the profits that's going to be allocated to a hardship fund. Okay, most people are going to know what that means. You all of a sudden realized that you have a terminal illness or an illness that you can recover from, but you can't work. You lost your job, something traumatic that happens to you that creates a financial hardship in your life. You can apply within the community for assistance and also complete elimination of your lot rent. And there's, so again, there's a portion of the profits put aside for that. And it's a nice program. It's an important program, but people understand it and it's basic. But what else does the word mean when we say support? So this is a fundamental thing that we seem to have lost in our community and in our relationships. Okay, so what I mean by this is that when you know of a family member or a friend who's going through something, doesn't matter what it is, not your issue, not your problem, but you care about that person. So what they used to do in the old days is that everybody in the community would pick a day and everybody would bring a lasagna, and then somebody the next day would bring a mac and cheese, and the next day somebody would bring a salad and garlic knots, and everybody would kind of congregate in a way of support. So when somebody's going through something physically, emotionally, whatever the case may have you, you're not there to judge. You're not there with an opinion. You're not there to tell them what to do and how to live their lives. You're there as a kind, soft support to offer them some reprieve in that moment of distress. Somebody died, we know that people will come together and bring food. And it shouldn't be just when somebody dies that we behave that way. We should behave that way every day of our lives. We should care about the people that are in our lives and how they're doing and what can we do to facilitate a smile on their face in that day. And that has been largely lost. I'm not going to say it's completely lost, but it's largely lost. And I want to bring that back. So when I say support, I mean I'm going to bring you a meal after you had surgery. I'm going to bring you cozy socks when I know that you just went to the doctors and you found out some bad news. I'm going to bring you some food when you realize that you can't have gluten. So I'm going to bring you something that's gluten-free. And it's not about anything other than just making sure that the people in your environment are okay. So when I say support, I mean Bobby just had, and I don't know a Bobby. I do know a Bobby, actually. He's a really cool dude, but that's not the point. Bobby just had knee surgery, and he can't go out and move the snow off of his front stoop. So there's someone there to make sure that that gets taken care of. You had, you went to work and you pulled your back, and your dog needs to be walked. Just the everyday processes that we have in our lives and people there willing to pick up the pieces when we're struggling and we really aren't doing as good as we wish we were. And there was somebody who recently just messaged me and said, are you even considering senior citizens? The answer to that is yes. And I don't refer to them as senior citizens. I refer to them as elders. This is a term that I learned through the Blue Zone. And it's a way of respect. It's a way of referring to the older generation in a respectful, kind capacity that kind of gives them homage for their time on this earth. They've been here for a hot minute. They kind of know what life's all about, and we owe them the respect and the time and the energy to give them that respect. So I refer to elders as being some of the most important people on this planet. So to answer the question, sir, in my messages, yes. We are dedicating an entire section of Tiny Taratory to senior citizens. to support them, help them, make sure that they have what they need. And in return, they will spend time with our children. They will teach us how to bake. They will do all the things that they did back in 1945 that we have forgotten how to do. And they will tell their stories, and we will hear what life experiences that they've had, and we will show them the respect that they deserve. So, huge part of support in Tiny Taratory. So, I hope that this really answers your question and kind of gives you a real true ground roots idea of what this is supposed to be about. We are at the very beginning stages. We are still looking at properties. We are still trying to figure it out. There's a lot of components to this. There's stuff that I'm very familiar with and very knowledgeable in, and there's things that I'm not. But I will tell you that if I don't know something, I'm going to find a professional that I trust and that will be a steward of the project. And I love, there's just so many amazing comments coming in about people wanting this and needing this, and keep at it, because I'm going to tell you there are some days where I'm wondering, so I really might need some support from you guys. Is this what you guys want? Is this something that you value? Is this something that if we create it, will they come? So again, I hope that this really answers some of your questions. And again, if you have any questions, I always like to say you can reach out to me, you can call me, you could text me, whatever your comfortability is. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day.